Okay, someone's having a hard time breaking your focus, Divine Feminine, but I feel like it was because you was raised very, very special. Okay, I'm hearing, sweetheart, you book smart, you street smart. I knew you was my type from the very, very start. Okay, so I see that someone here, this divine masculine energy. Okay, they're raising their eyebrows. Okay, they're very impressed that they can't get under your skin. Like, I'm seeing that the ways that they would normally try to approach a woman, they can't approach you. You see through things. You're displaying or showing off your high priestess energy. I feel like you're showing off on somebody, and they want to leave you alone, but they can't. There's something about you being able to resist what it is they're throwing at you, or the fact that they're trying to break your focus or trying to make you cave in some way, and you're stubborn. I feel like it may be triggering a little bit of insecurity in them, and they've never had to experience this before. Okay, maybe someone misjudged you, maybe someone sized you up in a sense, but you're very street smart. That's the energy that I'm getting here. You were probably raised by very strong men, very strong women as well. You had a lot of guidance growing up, and you might have had a lot of people come into your life from an early age to teach you about the world. It's like you always had people looking out for you, and you might have even had like uncles or even like older cousins always schooling you on, don't let boys mess with you, or they might have been very protective, like, no, like, she's not going anywhere, like, she's staying home. Or like, one thing too, like, growing up, I remember we would go to vacation in Trinidad all the time, and our uncles would just be hanging out on the corner, and we would just be out and about hanging out, and they would see boys pull up on their bikes and try to like talk to us and stuff, and our uncles would have no problem walking over and telling them to get out of here. And me and my sister would be like, oh my god, why are you guys being so mean? It'd be like, yeah, check your rubber slippers, eh? Well, you must watch them thing. For a boy out here riding out and about, he must have on some shoes on his foot before coming to talk to all you, right? And they used to just drop little gems like that on us. And like, they made sure they stood on business when we recognized ourselves as women. Like, you're women. You need to understand that you're women. So I feel like a lot of you divine feminines, like, you could have been blessed with this type of environment growing up. Like, you would have had your moms being very protective of you, feeling no ways about you crying, not being able to go to a party because they knew what type of stuff would be happening. Like, you had like very ancestral protection around you, where you're meant for a specific purpose and nothing is going to taint you or bother you. You're meant for greater experiences. Okay, your resilience, your strength, it's meant for bigger fish later on in life. You need to learn about the world right now. You don't need to be affected by the world right now. That's the energy I'm getting for you, divine feminines. So I'm gonna go ahead and see what it is about you that it's really throwing your divine masculines for a loop here. They can't seem to figure you out. They cannot break your focus. Okay, what is it about you that they find just so extraordinary? You may not realize that they are looking at these things about you, but what is it about you that is just so remarkable? You're focused on yourself. Okay, the princess of spring, optimistic, enthusiastic, creative, and energetic. Okay, so it's time for you to go after your dreams, do something that expands your horizon, let your creativity take flight. So it's very difficult for you to get caught up in whatever your divine masculines have going on. I'm getting like competition, like trying to put you into competition with other women, and that's extremely hilarious to you because you have a very optimistic nature. Like, they may be trying to get you to be very like catty or mean, and you just don't have the time of day for it. The princess of spring tells me this is somebody who has a lot going on for themselves. Okay, and maybe this is why they can't break your focus, because you really don't have a lot of time to sit around and get caught up on like games that men are trying to play. Like, okay, for example, like, somebody may ghost you and you may not even notice that they did that, and then they have to end up contacting you anyway because where the hell did you go? And you were like, oh shit, I am so sorry. Like, I just assumed that you were busy. I have a million other things going on. How are you? And then it kind of turns into them feeling stupid because now it seems like you were the one who ghosted them. Like, this is the type of stuff that be happening to many of you because your guides are around you and they protect you, and you've had constant reminders growing up about what's actually important, right? Like, I remember like a mantra that I had growing up was like, don't study boys, you must study your books. right? Like I grew up in that type of environment. So I feel like a lot of you were raised in a way where it's like you had the world put on display like when you were very young. So when it comes to dealing with, dating, relationships, men, it's like, not to say it's like child's play, or it's you're not easily impressed by the games, or you already know what's happening, so you may not get as offended, or you might see what's happening and might say, okay, I don't really have the time or energy for that right now. I'm just gonna focus and put my energy into this because that's where I'm really needed. Whoever this person is, like, they're not used to, I feel, in particularly women operate at this level of efficiency and unbotheredness, but it's just your nature, your attitude. Like, the things that you are passionate about keeps you in a high vibration. Many of you have like a lot of creative ideas where you might even have like ideas to share with other family and friends, or people might always be calling you for advice, or they might always be needing your assistance to help their creativity to take flight. Many of you may have platforms where you share ideas or experiences, or you help your collective learn something new. It's like your creativity is always taking flight, so you constantly stay busy. There is there's very little that bothers you. You know how to prioritize well. Okay, so have patience, don't worry, take time to rest and plan your next steps, a prudent investment of time or money. So you might be extremely focused on either your investments, you could run a household. Many of you might have jobs as well that require a great deal from you. So as a woman, it might seem like it's easy to control you emotionally, but not this grounded woman in this Pentacles energy, okay? There's a big community of people that really count on you. So when it does come to love, romance, all of these things, you're very particular and very careful about who you let into your space. And that's why your masculines here are a bit confused, because they don't know why you're not bothered. And it's like, well, sir, I'm not bothered because I haven't actually allowed you to have that much of an emotional effect on me just yet. Like, you haven't gotten that close to me for me to be bothered by your ins and outs. And he's like, oh, I had to invest more. Well, yeah, I mean, you think I was going to be the one losing here? No. Okay? Absolutely not. So, many of you have this patience about yourself, okay? And that's why I was saying, when people think they've ghosted you, you barely even notice that's the case, okay? You have a lot of patience with yourself. It says on here, don't worry. You don't sweat the small stuff, whoever you are, Divine Feminine. Like, you don't really worry about getting yourself into like games or drama, or worrying about what somebody else has going on, or, if he doesn't call for 2 or 3 days. A lot of you don't even notice that stuff because it's like, wait, like, I've got bigger fish to fry that require this energy. Like, I can't, my stress bucket, it's only filled with so much stress, right? So you have to really carefully place that stress in areas that it's either, putting it into like your assets, your resources, things that keep you afloat and pushing and thriving and going. So when it comes to stress, like, we're going to stress about stuff that really counts, right? Like, is it upkeeping the foundation at home, for example? Okay, we might put some stress into that. But when it comes to leisurely things, I feel like you're the type of woman where it's like you might place relationships in that leisurely category right now. So when it comes to stuff stressing you out, you're not necessarily going to take out of the stress bucket and put it on relationships, because on the pie chart, we don't have the space or the room, okay? So I don't know, whoever you are, Divine Feminine, you just needed that little reminder, okay? I love you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next check-in.